Okay, so here's an old junker I found in the alley. So here's how to remove the style agitator. Basically there's a cap on it. Just going to stick some screwdrivers down here and unscrew that center. If you had a large socket drive, you could do it that way too. That should do it. And there's another nut down there. You need a deep socket. I believe that's 1/2 inch. Okay, correction here. This is going to be a 3/4 inch drive socket. 14 millimeter. So the way I do it is just stick my foot in there. And we're out. Just comes out. Take a look at this. This has a good collar. You see these two pieces here? They're all matched up in alignment. If that centerpiece, that silver centerpiece wasn't clearly visible there in the center with these correct angles on the spline here, then we would know we'd have a bad inner collar here. We have to replace it. If this inner collar here is worn, you'll see that these tangs here on each side will be sort of mauled or misshapen. And the edge of the collar here will be shaved down. There won't be any defined edges here, basically. And if this is the problem, if you see that, or if you see that these two sides here come up and the collar has slid down, then you'll have a spin problem. And that would cause your machine not to spin correctly. Hey, it's Bill the Handyman up here in Northern California. Today we're just going to talk about transmission problems and a way you can check your transmission in a typical direct drive Kenmore Whirlpool washer. So basically you can do what I call the dry test of the agitation and the spin by simply spinning this thing, and you'll see that that clutch is moving. Now you can take both hands and put one hand on the clutch and put some pressure on it, and that's going to be a pretty good dry test for you. If you grab a hold of this while you're turning that, then and you hear some clicking noises and it's not pulling, then the transmission is shot inside. And then if you go the opposite direction, basically you should see the agitator
the main agitator shaft start to move as it's doing now. So that's one way you can test. You can, what I call the dry test for your transmission. Okay. So once again, if you're going this way, you'll see that the main shaft is moving. It's agitating. Okay. Turn it counterclockwise. The main shaft agitates. Clockwise, then you should see the spin kick into action. And that's your dry test for your transmission. Now let's take a look at this clutch. Basically, take some pliers, pull it out. Okay, so pull it out, take a look at it. You see major wear on this, then you're going to have problems. If we don't see major wear, it's a little rusty. All it really needs to be done is cleaned. So we can clean this off, and we can actually rough this up a little bit. Sometimes I'll put some cross hatching on it, and also cross hatch the inner clutch. And if I'm storing it, I always leave it out of the clutch bell so there's tension, the tension is released from the spring.